What's up, my good people? It's your girl, MOE, coming to you straight coffee, no tea. I got my girl here, Katie Mills, with the spill today. And now we're going to get into some real topics, some real life topics. A lot of people are having challenges when dealing with their teens, their preteens, and we have an experienced parent here that has been through some things with her child, and they have prevailed. She has some good boys. And then we have myself, who have been dealing with challenges. If you don't know me, let me give you a little insight. My name is Robin Mo Underwood. I am the author and the co-founder and founder of the coffee shop. I adopted 4 children and gave birth to triplets. So I had, at one point in my household, a total of 7 kids. And if I tell you trials and tribulations, baby, trials and tribulations that I almost brought revelation, baby. But so they gave me a lot of challenges, and I talked to good people such as Katie Mills with the spill, and my girl Natalie, and a few more other people. And they kind of gave me little insights. And one thing I realized with parents, each parent, we all know it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to raise a child. But in that village, everybody, all the instructors need to be on the same note. If you got different teachers teaching different things, and that parent over there in that household is not okay with that, that is not okay. So let's dig into this topic. How many children do you have, Miss Katie?
I actually have 3 boys and 2 stepgirls.
Oh, so how is it?
It's good, but right now I think my son is dealing with trying to be with the in crowd, like this marijuana thing right now. A lot of states have legalized marijuana, so maybe that's another reason why a lot of kids think it's okay to smoke weed. It's not okay to smoke weed, and in my house at 16, you're not gonna smoke weed.
And it's not okay. And you know what? Speaking on authority, I think that's where a lot of this stuff is going wrong at. Authority, I'm meaning law enforcement, etc. They're coming into the households and they're making the child feel like they have to listen to them, but they don't have to listen to the parent. That's where a lot of things are going wrong, even in the school districts. My daughter, you speaking on marijuana, I'm gonna speak on sex. My daughter, yeah, she was caught at school, and not only was she caught at school, that's where she would receive the condoms from. So, or the little boy received the condoms from. And I don't have a problem with them making sure the child protects themselves, but I do have a problem when you didn't even reach out to me to let me know that you supplied my child with condoms and that they were thinking about having sex. Well, you might say, well, your child should feel comfortable with talking to you. No, they shouldn't. Not when they have other people outside the home making them feel more comfortable than the parent, because the parent is gonna give them consequences for whatever actions they display. So I think everybody need to get on the same accord. You cannot have these people over here that's schooling them, telling them this is okay and you don't have to do this, and it's okay and you can keep this from your parent as long as you talk to somebody that you feel comfortable. First of all, we need to know why they don't feel comfortable with the parent. That's the first thing. Sometimes y'all have to understand children will try to manipulate any situation. And people feel like, oh, well, it's just a child, until that child does something wrong with them. So marijuana, sex, lies, what else do we deal with these teenagers?
I want to speak a little bit on the sex problem. So if a teacher is trying to teach a child about sex education, you have to teach them about the sex education, but then you also have to make sure you teach them that you're not of age to be having sex.
Sex, right.
So you can't just give them condoms and teach them about sex education and just leave a cliff hanging off, because they confused. Well, you gave me the condoms, you told me about sex. What's next?
Well, I think, honestly, what be going on, they feel they supply one part. They just feeling like, well, we're going to make sure they know not to get pregnant and get an STD. Well, they're having sex. That's just like the parent that passes the child the blunt and say, well, don't smoke with your friends, just smoke at home. You're passing them the blunt, so you really giving them a okay to do the shit. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So you giving them condoms, you supplying them with the things that they need to have sex, and you giving them the room. Because my daughter, she was caught at school. She was caught at school, so you got the condoms from school, and you got the
education from school about sex.
And then wait a minute, but you got the room from school. I mean, it wasn't a room; it was under a stairwell. but you was still
You got
in
the
school.
space.
You got the space from the schoolhouse. So it's just like basically what are they doing? You know what I'm saying? I think everybody needs to kind of come together when dealing with these teenagers. You can't have one person saying this and one person saying that and then expecting the kid to do what's right when you can't even get the parents and the grown-ups on one accord, you know?
The kid don't know what's right. If you got one person saying this and one person saying that, they confused. They don't know what's right.
Very confusing. One thing I know about kids gonna go with what's fun. You know,
Exactly.
like recently, to get into this, recently I had family members call CPS on me. And in the midst of them calling CPS, that put my house in an uproar because I have 3 younger kids that are 10 years old, and they're going to the school and they asking my babies all these questions that they hadn't been exposed to. And then turn around, the family members that called CPS on me made it their business to tell the kids that I adopted that it's okay to run away, that they don't have to be there, they're finna be of age and they don't have to be here. Like when you have grown-ups teaching children and enabling bad negative behavior, you got to understand what the fuck is going on. You got to try to understand what the fuck is their problem, because you a grown up and you're enabling a child to be negative and to lose focus of their life because of what? You know, so I think honestly, it takes a village is a fucking real statement. It takes a village and everybody have to be on the same accord. So I just want any listeners out there to know, if y'all having problems with y'all kids, y'all are not the only people having problems with your kids. Everybody's trying to figure out how we can maneuver around this state. Because at the end of the day, the state will come in and take and remove your kids because you handling a certain situation. And the crazy part, when they take and remove your kids, some of those kids that have been placed out with the state have winded up dead. You know,
the state is not the best place for them.
it is not the best place for
So
them.
if you a kid and you listen to this, the state is not where you want to be at. You better stay with your parents.
And they just really don't know. They at the time they're just rebelling and they want to do. I'm gonna tell y'all what I tell my kids. I'll let you, because you have sex, you think that you're grown. If you're not being able to handle every bill in that house that your parents are handling, you're not mentally grown. Because that age, y'all already saying you ain't grown, but mentally you're not grown, because mentally you're not mature enough to make those type of decisions or be able to come up with that type of money to handle your business, to pay your bills. So I just want parents out there to know, y'all are not the only people battling real life situations when dealing with your kids. Y'all are not the only people to feel like, hey, school sometimes is not the best place for kids to receive information, because how the teachers and the principals and the administration is going about distributing the information is not being helpful for the kid at home. Just like y'all know, we have to get our kids prepared to come to school and talk with y'all and respect y'all. It's the same thing, vice versa. Don't make a kid feel like they can disrespect their parent and they can come to school and respect you, because it's not gonna happen. As far as law enforcement, children got to get on these kids. My daughter, I had 3 girls. All 3 of them ran away. All 3 of them ran away to be with boys.
They want the easier life. Well, they want what they think is the easier life. Like my oldest son, I used to always tell him, you don't want to be grown, slow down. He's 24 now, and he calls me and say, I wish I would have stayed a child, mama. I don't want to be grown. I wish I can give it back. You can't give it back.
You can't give it. You know what I told? I swear I said, listen, you're only a kid for 18 years, 17 years if you black. And that's just it. Every year after that, you're an adult. So, listen, if you don't do shit else, enjoy a person taking care of you and being responsible for you. Because there's going to be a time where you just responsible for yourself. Every decision you make is going to be on you, on your head. And you're going to hold those consequences for making those decisions. So, I really feel children need to be children, but these adults, I kid you fucking not, are acting like kids, and they're enabling kids to act.
Be adults.
Do you hear me? It's like a fucking switching places or something around
Benjamin
here.
Button.
It don't make no sense. Like, we need some real adults, mature adults. It's a time and place for everything, but enabling kids to be negative and throw their life away is not ever one of them. But again, it's your girl MOE coming to you straight, coffee, no tea.
Katie Mills with the spill.
Coming in for real. Y'all enjoy y'all day and be blessed.
3, 2, 1. Perfect.